next month programs you can attend as a whole completely. Of course, next month will be different topic, but then again from July we'll have the similar same topics repeated. January to June we have just sort of completing one cycle. From July we will be doing a same thing, second cycle. Okay, I think we will start at others join. I don't want you to keep waiting. First of all, warm welcome to all of you to this Viswaguru Web series, 1 month, 1 topic program, which we are doing, as I said, from January. What we do is that we take 1 month, 4 weeks, take one topic, and then cover all the 4 weeks the same topic on different lessons. And then every Saturday like this, 10 to 11. And then we will give assignments for the rest of the week, which you have to do it in your workplace or office, whatever, regular business related activity only. Then you come back for the discussion next week. Like that, we will do for 1 full month, that particular topic. Example, January we have done prospecting, February we have done communication, March we have done customer universe, April we have done price, pitch and negotiation, and May we are doing handling customer objections. Okay, that's a topic of the month of May. Okay, just to give you a small briefing about to all of you, many of you have just joined this week. Okay, you know, customer objection is an integral part. Handling customer objection is an integral part of a sales process, and the successful salesperson is the one who handled the this objection successfully. Okay, if you cannot handle it successfully, you cannot complete the sale with a particular customer. That all of us know. But the customers keep raising objections like anything. But I've listed down around 40, 50 objections. Okay, which customers keep raising every now and then. Okay, and then every objection we will discuss at length. We have covered the last 2 weeks around 10 objections. This week we will take another 5 objections to discuss. Actually, the objections we discuss in 2 parts. One is that how to block customer making the objection, how to stop the customer making the objection. Okay. 2, we'll talk about once you make an objection, how to handle the objection. That's what we are going to do. Okay. But there is some basic premise we have to understand clearly. When the customer is making an objection, he is only expressing his concern. He is not rejecting it actually. Okay. In fact, I would say let's do this way. Some of you have attended this all the 4 weeks. Okay, so last 2 weeks also. Okay, may I ask any of you to just come forward, volunteer to just spell out what are things you kind of picked up in last 2 weeks. I want to see whether it sticks to you like that. Okay, so is it possible? Lokesh, can you just give me something? Acute. And those of you attended last 2 weeks.
Sir, instead of reacting to customer, we should respond to the customer.
Very good.
And
then anything comes to your mind? I want.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
We need to dig deep to know what is their objection. How can we clarify their objections?
Priya, I'm just trying to take a dipstick survey of what has at least to the minds of people last 2 weeks actually. Okay, month. Okay, I thought I should just take a dipstick survey. So I asked somebody who can just spell out few things. Lokesh has told something. Anybody else? Acube? Balraj?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Jawar, tell me.
How we should tackle once objection is made from customer, so that we need to ask questions if he objects anything. We need to
ask question.
We need to counter questions to understand the real reason for the objection, sir. We need to discuss more. What is what is the problem and what is his objection is. So we need to clarify that first. Afterwards, we need to figure out and clarify it, and we need to Yeah,
Yes,
we need
yes,
to make
yes,
the
yes.
customer feel comfortable.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
What we discussed is that the clarify, discuss, and diffuse. If
Yeah.
you remember, discuss, clarify, and diffuse.
Correct.
Take the customer to open up and discuss and clarify why he is making these doubts, and then from your side, what is the reasons, these things, and then diffuse that particular objection.
Correct.
Important. Good, good, very good, very good. Anybody else, Balraj? I am asking a question that what you have picked up or what you have learned last 2 weeks. Anything which comes to your top of mind, you can tell. Balraj, Acube? I mean,
Yeah. Yes, sir.
yeah, go ahead.
Sir,
So we lost.
Yeah, one by one. Acube, go ahead.
so before
Acube, go ahead.
going to any present, hello, sir, may I have a
Yeah, go ahead, Acube.
So before going to any presentation, new customer.
Yeah.
So first
Yeah.
we have to understand the customer,
Yeah.
like what are his requirements and what are his needs.
Okay.
To that we get prepared, and if we go to the customer, so it will be
Yeah.
easier to handle the objections from the customer, and other than that, we should not deny the objections
Okay.
from the customer.
Okay. Okay.
So while denying the objections, customer will not try to understand what is the product. So if we take the objections, customer will get the clarity about the product, about the service.
Very nice. Very nice. So what you said is that when customer makes an objection, first of all, do not reject the objection. Okay.
Yes.
Do not
Yes.
deny the objection. Do not ignore the objection. Do not rebut the objection. You first acknowledge the objection, saying that thank you very much, and then maybe you are right, but then may I know that what more information you require, and how do you say so? I mean, like you first of all acknowledge the objection and make a positive statement, so that customer is little slow, I mean, mellowed down, and then he's willing to open up and then listen to you. Then you can ask him that to understand, for example, what he means by saying that you are costly, or what he means by saying that you are not effective, what he means by saying that your product is not functioning, what exactly he means. By asking probing questions, you can understand from the customer a little more information. Okay. So it leads to me to the next topic, is saying that actually what we assignment we gave is that you go to a customer and customer makes an objection. You use the objection itself to probe the customer to get more information. So this is what the assignment I given to you. Okay. Any of you have done the assignment? Any of you? If you can you share it up? I mean, volunteering. Any of you have done this assignment? Lokesh?
Sir, that's what, sir. I have followed one rule which you have taught us.
Yeah.
That customer purchased material before it. That means once he had purchased the same material, and over phone we had a conversation that he told that the material which we have supplied, the stiffness is not that good. So please do not send. Means he told next time onwards, make sure this again don't send the same material. So again what happened? He had messaged me to, means same material he has messaged me to send.
Okay.
So I sent him the same material. Then again he called me and he told, sir, I have already told you not to send this material.
Okay.
At that time what I did was I didn't react to it. Means he himself had messaged me. So I just asked. So what I did was I told him, oh, okay, sir. What was the means? I didn't directly tell him that you yourself send me that this one message.
Yeah.
You are telling this, but instead what I did was I asked him, okay, sir, we have misunderstood this. I'm sorry for that. And what you can just you return back the material. I'll raise the credit note. And we can, from next time it won't happen. But the customer felt no. He told that he'll keep the material with himself only. From next time onwards, it should not happen like that, he told. So I didn't react to that. I just responded.
You have followed a good rule of responding, not reacting. I agree with you. No problem, actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But the assignment, what was, anybody else has attempted the assignment? Assignment was look at the customer's objection, use the objection to probe customer further to get to know more information about the customer. Anybody else has attempted this? Nobody else? Acube? Nikhil Patel, have you attempted? I mean, first of all, did customer make some objections or not last full week for any of you?
Yeah, yes.
What objection customer made last week? Any idea? Just if you remember.
The most common objection from the customer is pricing, sir. So
Pardon?
we have pricing.
Okay,
Pricing,
he said what did he say exactly? What did he say?
So currently we have n number of competitors in the in Bangalore market.
Okay.
So due to this non-availability of raw material, paper, due to that. So first of all, the supply demand is there, sir.
Yeah.
So we're not getting a proper supply. On that, the local papers have been dominating. Currently, the customers are not seeing the quality because of the instantly.
No, my question, Akib, what is the objection customer made to you?
Yeah, customer your price is to the existing customer only.
Yeah.
He's telling that your price is too high.
Okay, then what did you do? How did you react to that statement?
I didn't react. I just respond. Yeah, but our product is high, but the features which you are looking in the material that we have, like the quality and the technical process, which we are looking, we have. Then he got convinced and he took the product.
Okay, Akib, in this transaction, when the customer made a question, I mean the objection, you said that you handled the objection by making some statements. You made the customer happy, he gave the order, for example. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, question I am asking: what more information you have got from the customer in this particular objection situation? Did you get more information from the customer?
Yeah, sir. Like knowing the competitors.
No, what? When did you customer told you in this? I'm not getting what you are telling. The customer made the objection. What was discussed last week is that you use this opportunity to probe the customer. For example, customer says, firstly, you ask the customer that, is it the price or cost is an issue, and then what quality you are looking for? Are you satisfied with something else? So by asking these questions, you can get more information about your competitor. No, have you got it like that?
Yeah, sir. I got it.
Huh? Pardon?
I got to know. Yeah, sir. While having the conversation, I got to know about the quality of the other products. While having the conversation, the customer showed the quality of his material, what he is using. So I got samples of our product. I compared the quality of their product and our product. So our product was having good quality compared to them. So he directly purchased from us.
For the benefit of everybody, let me repeat. When a customer make a objection, price objection or any objection for that matter, okay, the normal response, you should respond, not react. I agree. Okay. Normal response from a salesperson is to tell your position, your product, your feature, your benefit, your advantage of your point to the customer, and tell the customer that we are costly because of this reason, so you can buy, for example. Okay. Sometimes you can convince the customer, you may place the order also. That's one way. But what I said is that every objection of the customer is a opportunity for you to know the customer more and more and more and more. Okay. So you should not miss that opportunity. That's what I keep repeating from last week. Okay. So I'm only asking this, that's what assignment given also. I'm seriously talking because You all know how to handle objections by saying that your question, you can prove your question actually, okay. But then are you using the objection to win over the customer? Okay, see, this time is bought the Acube. This time we bought the material from you, okay. Again, next order, will he not make the same kind of thing with you? Conversation saying that you are costly, etc., etc. So end of the day, you have to use this to get the more information. Anybody else? Quickly, before I move on now. Anybody else want to share? Tamil Vanan? Nikhil Patel? I mean, I'm just calling those who have attended last week.
Sir, no
All right.
objection received actually.
Nikhil, tell me.
Sir, no objection received in last week.
No, nobody has objected to you last week. Very good. Nobody has objected to nothing like it. Very good, very good, very good, very good. Yeah, okay. Now let's move on actually. Okay. First of all, objection is customer when he makes an objection. Let me put the slide. When the customer when makes the objection, he is only raising his concern. He is not rejecting your position actually. Okay. So you should not go and defend your position. You must try to acknowledge it. Okay. Now, for example, I'm putting the old style. The customer is making an objection, is raising a concern, but he is not rejecting you. Be clear about that, okay? Respond to the objection, do not react, okay? Do not go into persuasion mode. Don't try to persuade the customer, saying that no, somehow convince the customer, saying that no, you are very cheap, actually we are not costly. In fact, our quality is better, our this better, our that better. So end of the day, as a salesman, we always in the mode of convincing the customer, persuading the customer, which is not a good sign, because in the long run, this will not work. Maybe one order can convince and get the order. Third month, he will shift it back to somebody else. Okay, so that will not work. Unless customer has to convince himself that is the right thing he's buying, he starts to buy. Then only it will be long lasting. That is why the reason all of us as salespeople are always on the tender hooks, because we get an order, we lose the order. Get an order, we lose the order. The tension is there always, right? That's because we are not allowing the customer to persuade himself. So as a salesman, our job is to make the customer to persuade himself, not you persuade him actually. So do not deny the objection and ask them to expand why they say that way. That's what I told you, no? Use the objection to understand more about the customer. This is what we told actually, okay? So let me go on to this okay, this is an objection. I want some of you to attempt to, no, customer is making an objection like this. We are already using similar product and satisfied with that. Sounds familiar? Many of you must be hearing this objection from the customer, right? Can anybody kind of tell me that how do you handle this objection? When a customer make this statement, for example, I am the customer, okay? I'm telling that we are already using similar product and satisfied with that. I don't want to change. What will you do it? Can I ask name better? Okay. Anybody can in fact there are a lot of good people are there. Amit Puri, can you attempt it? If a customer comes
yes, yes, sir.
That I am satisfied with the present product, point I'm using it actually, then what will you do?
So my question, my solution will be, I'll ask what is the satisfaction, what are the satisfaction points he's depicting, why he's so satisfied with that product that it does not allow him to attempt a new competition. So my start will be, what is the satisfaction points? I will try to gather the satisfaction points, and maybe those points will be in a comparative mode to my presentation. That's where I am lacking. I'll try to find out where I am lacking in that. And after that,
Yes,
yes,
go ahead, Amit. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. After that, after getting the, because I know my product. I know my product, I have to pitch my product to him.
Yeah.
So getting his satisfaction points, I may try to match my my range along with it, and maybe try to pursue him that this is the additional advantage if he tries to use my product, maybe in terms of pricing, maybe in terms of performance, maybe in terms of delivery, packing, and all those points shall be covered accordingly.
Okay. Amit, I mentioned to you just 1 minute before, do not persuade the customer.
Yeah.
You just mentioned in your statement now, you said I will persuade him about why you are whatever like that. Correct?
My statement was
No. What you said is correct. What you
Yeah.
said is that's what exactly we have to do. But small difference. Small difference is instead of you should know, first of all, do not persuade the customer. Okay.
Okay.
You have to make the customer to persuade himself. How do you do that? By asking question to the customer. For example, how are you satisfied with the competition product? Okay.
Yeah.
Which factors are helping you? And then, basically, for example, there is a textile production, for example, okay, where how do you get the right first time, or how do you get the repetitiveness? How do you get the streak freeze? Okay, so you by asking questions, you understand from the customer that which are the areas the customer is happy with the existing product. Okay.
Yes.
That you will be able to get an idea that, see, first of all, these objections are always happening after you have gone into the customer, talked to the customer, understood the customer, etc., everything, then only the objection happens. So that means before even objection happens, you are slightly aware about what is using, which product, for example, is using. Okay. And by your experience, you also know the comparison of which competition product, how it's good. So you are already aware about all the information. Okay. It's not that as somebody mentioned sometime before, the preparation is the mother of everything. You have to prepare well, even for handling the objection. So when you go and customer makes an objection, you are sort of aware that what he's talking about the competition, and you also know that which all the areas your product is better than the competition. But you should tell yourself that those information to the customer. I mean, suppose there are two methods actually. One method is that I go and tell the customer, sir, yes, maybe you are right. You are happy with the present supply, present product. Okay. But there are some areas like, for example, getting this fastness better, getting this brightness better. These cases, actually, my product can give you much better results than the competition product. This is one way we can tell that actually. Okay. You can convince the customer that your product is better. Okay. That is actually a little short-lived. Instead, you ask the customer that what are the benefits you are gaining. Okay. And are you happy with the brightness? Are you happy with the fastness? For example, if he says that I'm happy, then you ask the question that what type of fastness you are getting, sir. For dark shades, are you getting, let's say, 4 or 4 to 5? Then he will say, no, I'm getting only dark shade. How can I get 4 to 5? I can get only 4. Then you ask a question that will you be happy if you can get that 4 to 5? Then if he says, if you open up like that, then you just question your point saying that I got a product which can give you at these dark shades even fastness of 4 to 5. Okay. So you can try it out. So the end of the day, you make the customer realize the pain, what he is having. Okay. And then make to accept that your product possibly can work for him. Okay.
Right, sir.
You convince him, not you persuade him. That's what I mean to say actually.
Right,
so
sir. Understood.
Anybody else? And this is what we discuss as a pattern. Amit, it is like this. We have to discuss with the customer. Clarify the points. Why he is saying that he is satisfied with the existing product. Okay, and then discuss out, then understand like this, and then finally you have to diffuse this thing saying that actually even you are happy with the present product, but there are certain areas which you are not still getting the required results. Okay. And my product can give you that. Okay. If you delay further, what happens is that every day you will be losing so much of money. For example, before doing you must have had the calculations, you got ready with some data saying that, okay, every day customer will incur of loss of, let's say, example, 1 lakh rupees actually, if he is not using this particular solution, what you are giving actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This kind of information, you must keep it, not tell the customer. You must, by asking questions, you must make the customer to open up and then tell you. Eventually, customers should agree with you saying that your product, I want this benefit. Please give the product.
Right, sir.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Maybe in your business it may be different. Okay. So I'm asking a question that when the customer tells you that your product is, I am happy with the existing similar product I'm using. I'm happy. I don't want to change. How will you react to it? Balraj? Because the industries are different. That's why I'm asking different people. Balraj, Akib, or Lokesh?
So we'll tell him the same this one what you told, and after that we'll tell him that we'll send some samples, look into it, how it performs. We'll try to send.
Lokesh. Sorry. Again, this is a typical salesman. Everybody will do it actually. Okay, nothing new. You have to sample, you have to send the details, you have to give information, all fine. Okay. But what actually happens is now again, coming back to the basics of all this training, what we are doing. What we are doing is basically it is like this. Okay. All of you are experienced and seasoned salespeople getting successfully orders from the customer day in and day out. But what actually happens is that amount of time you take to realize the order from the customer, that's called sales cycle. Okay. It is little longer these days. Okay. If you cut short that sales cycle, for example, instead of let's say 6 months, if you get the order in 5 months, instead of 1 month, if you get the order in 20 days, for example, okay, to that extent, our company will make better money. Okay, how do you do that? If you really well prepared, go to the customer and handle the customer objection. The customer says that I'm happy with this, and then maybe we'll see next time, for example. Okay, and then instead of asking the customer, telling the customer that my product is better than your product, I'll give you sample, I'll give you details. Okay. You have to probe the customer further. I'm asking you to probe the customer. How will you do it now? Let's role play actually. Lokesh.
Sir.
Okay, let's role play. Now, when the customer, I am the supplier, let's say, for example. Okay, customer comes and tells me that, in fact, I just take something from Amit Puri, what he has told. I'm only trying to enact how are you going to question the customer, for example. Okay. Now, when the customer comes and tells me that, sir, I'm happy with the present product, present supplier, I am not very keen to change actually. Okay. First of all, I should acknowledge that, as we said, right? I should say, yes, sir. I think maybe yes, because you are doing such a wonderful and successful business. You must be really happy with whatever you have actually. And you are already supplying to such a high quality buyers and all. Definitely you will be having very good products range with you. But may I ask a question, if you don't mind? And when I say customer will say yes, please go ahead. I will ask him, this buyer you are supplying to Marks and Spencer, I was told, which is very big retailer. Generally, their requirements are a little stringent. They ask for the fastness of rubbing fastness of let's say 4 to 5. Are you getting it satisfied with the things, even for dog sheds? You have to little pause here actually, so that customer gets time to think over. What actually happens is that as a salesman, we always, when we reply to a customer some question or even objection, we keep talking continuously, because when the continuous talking, now for example, if you just look at what I have done now, I have leaned forward first of all acknowledge the customer's concern, right? What I have done is I have leaned forward. Why did you do that? I was sitting like this. When the customer made an objection, I leaned forward and then sort of acknowledged him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are right. Actually, I think I'm not showing that I'm inferior. I'm not showing that I'm kind of, less than him. I'm only making him feel that I empathetically agree to what he says. As we mentioned earlier, and as a human being, first and foremost, we should agree to what the other man says. Then only the other man will open up his mind and then listen to you for further details what you are telling. If you are going to tell the customer saying that, sir, you are using good point, but then I got a better point than that, then he is not going to you simply will say that, okay, send the details. You send the details, nothing will happen. So what actually happens is that after all, we are dealing human beings, okay? Their emotions are under play, okay? You have to really address to their emotions, okay? The details are logical, for example, okay? So instead, what you do is that, first of all, make the customer comfortable by little leading forward and then acknowledging what he's saying, okay, in a polite manner. Once you do that, then ask questions to him, counter questions to him. For example, the price is high, you can ask, is the price or cost? Okay. When he says, I'm satisfied with the present supplier, but then you say that, how are you getting the results? The fastness results are okay. Which are the parameters you look for? You must have already discussed and studied about the metrics required for this customer, right? So you can use that. So what I'm giving a tips is that, first of all, acknowledge, but you do not sit like this and keep asking this question. How can you say, sir, we are the best in the market, sir? Everybody is using our product, sir. We are selling 5 tons per month, sir, 10 tons per month, sir. All these things, what will happen? It may be true, it may be fact, but then customer will close his mind, okay, and he is not going to listen to you anything further what you are telling. I mean, making sense? I mean, any of you please respond so that I know that we are all in the same page. I mean, making sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anybody? I mean, can anybody repeat what I said just now? Like, for example, again, I have to call names. Akib? Can you repeat? Can you just tell me what I have mentioned just now? There are a few tips I've told you right now, and to handle the customer objection.
Yes, sir.
Can you attempt to tell me now? Now I'm telling you as a customer, saying that actually
Yes.
I am satisfied with the existing supplier. I am not in a mood to change.
Okay, sir. Sir,
No,
in this
or-
situation,
Tell me.
the situation is a bit tricky. So we have to ask the customers more and more questions about the experience of the product that they are having. So in that situation, we have to ask about how is the quality that you are using, how is the shape. While asking the questions, there will be one point where our product will be better than them. The customer will not be knowing that point. So in that point, we can explain about our product to him, so that he'll be convinced that our product is better than what he is using.
Yeah. Yes. I mentioned you can do all these things. Before that, first of all, you must acknowledge the customer's objection by your body language is very important. You cannot show to the customer that you are great, you are better, you are bigger, etc., etc. Actually, okay. So you have to slightly lean forward to make the customer feel that you are first of all in line with customers' thinking and saying that he is happy with the existing product. Okay. Then you can ask him, you can cross check, you can cross him all this, and then get the information, and then slowly make the customer realize that your product is better than that. Instead of you telling your product is better than that. That's what I mentioned. Okay. Okay, let's move on to next thing. Anything on this? So what I mentioned is that in this case, what will happen is that there is something called status quo. Status quo means what? When the customer doesn't change anything, okay, what is losing or what pain he is going to live with. If you are aware about that, if you have a quantified information about that, okay. If you are aware about, if you are by your study, by this time you must be aware that the existing product what is using, what are the benefits which he is losing. If he uses your product, you will get that benefit. For example, he is not getting that with the competition product. Because of that, he is sitting with some pain, or he is losing some money every day. Okay, this information naturally must be aware about that. Okay, so you must indirectly make the customer realize that he is having such a pain. Okay, if he is going to delay taking decision of purchasing your chemical, okay, versus the whatever he is using, okay, every day he is going to lose that much of money. Okay, that clarity you must instill in the minds of the customer, typically not telling by your words, but by asking questions, suitable questions. I repeat, keep repeating, questioning is very important in handling customer objections. Okay, clarifying questions, etc. Okay, why do you do that? Why do you do that? You can give information just like that, make the customer accept it. Why do you want to ask questions to make the customer to tell by his word it is like this? Anybody? I'm asking a question. When customer make the objection, we have got the details with us, our product comparison with the competition, for example. Okay, we can share these details to the customer, explain the customer all these things. Okay, make the customer realize that yes, we are better than the competition, and then talk about the price and close the deal. Okay, that's what's one form. Okay, but I am saying that is little short-lived. Okay, what you must do is, if you probe the customer with more and more questions, and then make the customer realize that he has got such a pain, he is losing money day in and day out, okay, or he is not gaining the good amount of good order or whatever like that. There can be many ways actually. Okay, either he is losing or his opportunity cost is there, for example. And then he should himself feel that he has to change to your product. Make sense? Guys, just open up, please. This is a training program. This is not webinar. This is not one-way talking. This is a training program. Lot of questions back and forth has to happen. I hope this I clarified last week itself. Okay, let's go to next thing and see whether you are. This is again the same thing in a slightly different form. Why change anything when things are going so well? Customer says that when you go from your company, you tell the customer that you are going from so and so company, you got such a product to offer, and etc. Customer tells you that things are doing very well for me. I'm getting very good results. Okay, why should I change? How will you handle this? Anybody? Nikhil Patel? Nikhil, can you answer this? Okay, guys, this week, this is going to be like this only, the whole translate discussions. Okay, we will do back and forth discussions. Nikhil? Kiran? Have you understood what I'm asking? Am I audible first of all? I'm not.
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, good, at least. Now I'm asking a question. When the customer makes an objection like this,
What is that?
anything when things are going well, I want to attempt to tell me how do you respond to this customer objection?
We generally say that it's good, they're happy with the existing supplier, but for whatever emergency reasons, they can always keep one more product approved. So that's how we generally give our samples and take the trials and get it approved. And there are times when it has really, customer has switched because our product has performed better. Or if not, the other supplier is not able to give, and then they decide to give 50-50, 50 to them, 50 to us. So it has worked out for us like that.
Yeah. Okay. First question is that when you go to the customer, as we keep saying again and again, you are fairly aware about what he is using and against which product you are going to offer, and then what is the performance of your product versus the customer, the competition and all. You are slightly aware about that, right? You are aware. You are aware about that when you go to the customer. So you are also aware about the customer, what he is using and what. Ideally speaking, that if you don't know, also you should ask the customer that for example, it can be, there are many parameters which customer will be seeing it while using a product, right? Okay. When the customer says it's going very well, first of all, is it the fact? Is it the fact or not? How do you know? If you don't know, how do you find out? Is it not necessary to find out whether it's a fact or not? I'm asking question. Sirs, please respond. There are 14 people in this room. Actually, why are you not responding here, please? मैं पूछ रहा actually आपसे actually because when you go to a customer, when a customer says that everything is doing well, running well, actually I don't need to change anything. Okay, then how will you respond to it? First of all, you must ask the customer that. Ravi Sharma. You must first of all, as usual, first and foremost, what you do, acknowledge the customer. Yes, sir, very good, sir. Actually, you are one of the great top producers in the country. You will be doing very well. Your qualities are all very well appreciated, actually. So naturally, you must be happy with whatever you have. Okay, but which may I ask a question? Which parameters typically you look for from this from the product performance? You can ask that way. Or if you're slightly aware about the industry, for example, let's say if it's textile, I'm going to textile industry. Okay, we'll ask him that what type of right first time you are getting it, what type of fastness levels you are getting it. If I start digging deep into it, okay, I will come to know that the informations, what possibly I don't know about this customer, okay, or even if I know, I will make him to open up and then tell himself that which level he is into, okay. And slowly I will lead him to make him understand that he is having some scope for improvement in some part of his production, some area of his production, or is having some pain point in some part of his production. He is still sitting with, maybe he is not aware, or he is sitting with, he is aware also, okay. And then I will slowly make him to realize that how much he is losing in terms of money every day by not correcting that particular issue, actually. Okay. And tie it up with my offer, saying that this can be overcome better. Okay. If you are going to delay it and further, the cost of production will be more next whatever time, actually is a loss of money, or the customer, you can realize a better price from your buyers, which you are not doing it. It's again a cost of money. So I will try to make the customer realize that how much money he is losing or is not making by not making this change happen. Priya? Does it make sense, Priya?
Yes, Mr. Ramesh. Yes.
So instead of simply saying that actually I can give my sample, you can keep me as a second supplier, maybe 50, these are all will happen. Eventually, you will keep me second supplier. I mean, I don't think anybody will overnight completely switch from A to B. It is not going to happen. Okay. But then from our side, from the supplier side, from the salesman side, we should never attempt to get this 50% share. You must attempt to get always 100% share. Our job is to make the customer give you 100% share, but eventually you may get 50%. That's a different thing. Okay. So what you do is that you must make the customer realize the pain in the mind. Make him realize, not you tell, make him realize by way of questioning. Okay. Once he realizes the pain, and then make him feel that what he is losing, how much he is losing by not acting today. This requires a real analysis, understand about your product, your performance, your competition product performance, etc., and customers, which metrics he is focusing on. All this is required. That means a huge amount of preparation is required for handling this particular objection. I'm really keen to know from anybody, for example, Rambali. Rambali, can you explain to me? Here there are some seasoned players here. Rambali Gupta.
Yes, sir.
Can you just tell me that how do you handle this particular objection? Customer may tell you that actually I have enough, I have good point, I'm using it, I'm happy with, I don't want to change anything.
So that time we make in lab hanger and promotion template to show the customer that our quality after using our product, quality will be improved and cost will be reduced.
No, I agree. That is again that's a post activity. We will be doing it. In fact, ideally speaking, that you must have done all your lab work, everything, details will be in your hand already, right? You will be high on your hand. But then how do you tell when I am the customer, I'm coming and telling you that I'm satisfied with, I'm happy with the existing product, I'm satisfied with that. How will you tell me now? What will you tell me now?
So I tell you, sir, I will convince you to by using my product, your quality.
मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ रामबाली जी, मैं क्या बोल रहा actually अभी मैं customer है. I'm telling you, let's do the role play now for the benefit of others. Okay. I'm telling you, I am sir Rambali ji. Thanks very much all your information etc. But मैं अभी आजकल मेरा production अच्छा चल रहा है actually. I'm happy with existing products. मेरा plan कुछ भी नहीं है change करने के लिए. ठीक है. So then
उनको मैं बोलेगा, so उनसे मैं बोलूँगा thank you sir for your timing, but we again come and talk to you for further process.
अच्छा, you will just say you'll go back.
तो उनसे आर्ग्यूमेंट करेंगे तो वो नाराज हो जाएंगे. नेक्स्ट टाइम वही चीज को रिपीट करके विजिट करते हैं हम लोग, तो नेक्स्ट टाइम में भी वो हाँ बोल सकते हैं.
इसलिए बोल रहा मैं आर्ग्यूमेंट मत करना बट तो उनसे बराबर क्वेश्चन पूछ के ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन लेना पड़ेगा.
पूरा कर सकते कि सर क्यों, व्हाट इज रीजन, हमारा क्या इम्प्रूव कर सकते हैं, उसमें क्या करना चाहिए हमको, उसमें पूरा क्वेश्चन करेंगे.
हाँ, तो क्वेश्चन पूछ के यू विल टेक मोर इंफॉर्मेशन फ्रॉम मी. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग.
या
फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू शुड एक्नॉलेज व्हाट ही इज सेइंग, एक्सेप्ट व्हाट ही इज सेइंग, देन उनको प्रोब करके थोड़ा ज्यादा डिटेल लेने का उनसे. ठीक है. तो बाद में जाके you prepare in your laboratory and then come back with whatever, or if you are ready already with you, but I'm telling you, do not show your details without asking questions, more questions to the customer to understand. That's what I'm saying. Anybody else? Okay, let's go to the next one. Again, market is so volatile that we are under tremendous pressure, hence not willing to look for any alternatives. Objection, market is so volatile. Actually, we must be hearing this every day now. Actually, market is so bad, supply problem and raw material problem. We are under tremendous pressure. So we are not willing to change anything to any alternatives. This is an objection to the customer. How do you handle it? Guys, we were getting late actually. We got to cover two more. Market is so volatile. We are under tremendous pressure. We don't want to change anything. Rakesh, a little new to you.
Yes, sir. Not.
You are not come across this, I think.
No.
Achha, okay. Anybody else? Amit Puri?
So in this case, I'll I'll try to get more information regarding his objection.
No, I'm
First.
asking you. No, I know. Let me, Amit. You are right.
Yeah.
You will get it, but then I'm just asking you for the benefit of others. Can you just tell me, I'm the customer, I'm telling this objection. How are you going to handle me now? What question you ask me, sir? First question. Which question you ask me first?
So the first question I'll ask is the point he is stating, I am under tremendous pressure.
Yeah.
So I'll try to, emotionally connect with him. What is the pressure he is facing right now? I'll try to, get into the depth of the pressure, whether what pressure he's facing that he is not able to, change. Maybe he wants to change, but he's not able to change.
Correct. Absolutely. So you're going to ask me that, saying that actually, again, how will you ask? That's my question. How will you ask?
How can I help you?
You ask me the question. No, straight enough question.
So how can I help you to erase the pressure? Or can I help you?
You can't do anything at the Ukraine war. You cannot stop it, na? Can you stop the Ukraine war? Do that.
No, I
Price
cannot
has gone
stop.
up like anything. You can't do that. No, why I'm saying, Amit, it is like this. Your intention of asking is correct, but then if you're asking the straight question, instead of doing that, if you first of all acknowledge yes, you also first be in his side, saying that actually yes, market is very volatile. There are too many problems are happening. One side COVID, one side war, one side all this. I agree. Actually, it's all very difficult. Supply problem, everything is there. Okay. In fact, this is a time. This is the time one should look for some sort of correction process. Okay. For example, sir, when a boxer he goes to gym every day, he doesn't go to gym only in the day when he's having his kind of tournament, for example. Okay. Reason is that okay, volatile situation. We don't know what is going to happen today or tomorrow. Okay. You should be really in a position to keep alternatives. Okay. You ask the question that the tension is coming because of, is it supply problem? Is it quality problem? First tension. See, what tension is going to be there for a technical, for a processing manager? It must be a supply issue. It must be technical quality issue, for example, right?
Yes, sir.
First of all, ask him to which is a pain he's talking with. Okay.
Yeah.
And if he's going to talk about, let's say, supply issue, okay, then you can talk about that the supply issue. Is it because of your uncertainty in terms of getting orders, or are your suppliers not keeping enough stocks to supply?
Okay.
Ask him. So ask him slowly his questions one by one, so that he opens up and gives more informations. Okay.
Yes, sir.
This informations, then what you do is that you first, by doing that, what happens? Two things happens. One is that you are getting more information. Two, his tension is down. Because he is talking to you, his tension is going down already.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In doing the conversation, you have to put somewhere saying that okay, this is the right time for you to keep an alternative. Okay. And then I can help you organize some sort of alternative arrangements. Okay. And then it will be really helpful to you like that. So you have an opportunity to touch his emotions, his tension. You are reducing first. Okay. You are making him to a little more relaxed, and then put forward your idea or opinion. Actually.
Yes, sir. Noted.
Otherwise, what will happen in normal sales people? What will, first of all, आपका क्या tension, sir? Actually, because typically, as we told you, that first of all, acknowledge that he is having tension. Okay.
Yes, sir.
First of all, you cannot tell him that he is not having tension. Okay. You should really lean forward to talk to him, saying that because it's like this. When somebody comes and tells you, "I have a pain," you can handle it two ways, right? You can say that. I don't know, it will be okay because pain, always the leg will pain and tomorrow it will be okay, don't worry. You will be terribly upset, right?
Okay.
Somebody tells you I have a leg pain, first you must feel sad about that pain. Oh, sorry, is it difficult? Yeah, I know, it's very difficult. How can you like this? It's very difficult. And then you have to really take care of it, because I know I also had pain sometimes, very difficult. So first acknowledge that, and then start explaining to them. It's a very simple thing. It's a very small thing. If you apply some balm, it will be going. All those remedies you can give little later, but before that, acknowledge that pain, what he is facing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
By that way, you reduce the tension in his mind.
Noted, sir.
Then all other things. Okay.
Yeah.
Does it make sense to others?
Yes, sir.
Please, Akib,
Yes, sir.
does it make sense? Am I making sense?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, sir.
தமிழ் வாணன் புரியுதுங்களா? Nikhil? Anyway. Anybody else? Okay, yeah, go ahead. Questions? We'll go to the next one. My technical team is not good enough to adopt this change. This way I have faced many times. The customer, the owner or the boss, CEO will say that I'm happy with the result. I'm in fact amazed with this information and results what you are showing. Okay, but my team today is not in a position to do this. Maybe you have to wait for some more time till I possibly kind of improvise or change, whatever like that. Okay, how will you handle this? I suppose some of these things are a little too much to some of you, it looks like. But then I want you to learn all these things so that tomorrow, any objection customer makes, you are ready to handle this. I mean, price increase, price is high is a very common objection every day, everybody makes, okay. But that is not the only objection. If you look closely, there are too many objections customers are making. Every objection, number one, delays your sales process, delays your sales cycle, delays your getting sales from the customer, okay. If you are already prepared to handle that, if you are really ready to handle that objection, okay, then it will be fast. You will realize the order. You will realize the order faster than what you do now. This is the intention of explaining and discussing all these things. Okay, anybody? Kiran? Customer tells you that my technical team is not ready to adapt to whatever you are suggesting me to change, so I cannot buy your product. Kiran? Okay. Again, yes, sir. I think you are right because it is this requires little change in the technical activity. I agree with you, but this is that is where we are all here. Actually, we are here. My technical team is there with you. We are going to be helping you to kind of help your technical team, train your technical team to do that. In the meantime, actually, you can also try to equip it. But again, if you are going to delay this particular accepting this change and adopting this process or the product, the cost of losing it will be little higher, and it is of anybody's to use to anybody. Okay, so my suggestion is that keeping pending your equipping your technical team, maybe selecting the right people, etc. Okay, we can keep adapting this process, applying this product, and then start working on that. Maybe with our technical team as a stopgap arrangement, we can help you to train your team as well as run for some time and then show the results, and then we can take it forward. What we do in this case is that we are first of all giving a solution to the customer. Customer is having a problem, we are giving a solution to the customer. Two, if the customer is serious about purchasing, he will accept our solution, correct? So by way of handling this, we find out whether the customer really serious about this objection, or is simply trying to take time, saying that no, I don't want to take a decision now. Let me tell like this. Okay, here you can find it out by way of doing this. Okay. Third, importantly, you are again citing the reason to the customer that more the delay, more the loss to him. And then if you are clearly telling the financial loss, what is going to get, he has to act upon. I have seen in my career that many times we help the customer to even bring some technical people from outside so that they adopt our process. It happened to me, believe me, it happened to me. Then what we used to do is we used to tell the customer that we will support you short time, okay, but in the meantime we will also bring a technical person from outside and do it. Actually, we will not leave it like, I can't wait till you establish your technical team and then you are ready with everything, then come back and sell. It will take a long time. So the objection can be handled this way. Next one. This we have done, right? I'm convinced with the point, we'll place the order next month. Customer tells you, I'm convinced with the product, but I will place the order next month. What will you do? Lokesh, my favorite boy to ask.
Yes, sir.
How will you handle this? Customer tells you, I'm happy with the product, but I will place the order next month.
Okay. What we can say?
Customer says, I'm convinced with the product.
Yes, yes.
The order next month.
Yeah, I'll say, okay, sir. Next month I'll call back and take the order.
But what is the assurance that next month you will place the order? Next month possibly can tell you that no, it is still not ready. Maybe next month, like that, right? First of all, we are trying to work out to reduce the delay in getting the order. So 1 month is too long a period to wait for the order to come. Anybody else? Anybody else? Acube? Again, Amit, can you attempt?
So first of all, his question is giving me a message that he is convinced with my product.
Correct.
Second thing, I'll try, instead of as he has informed me that he'll place a bulk order next month, I'll request him to place a small quantity order so that the continuity can be maintained. And I'll try to convince him that by placing a single quantity order, we can recheck the performance in the bulk so that the more confident he gets.
Yeah.
So the
Again,
more confidence he'll get.
Yeah, again, all these things, whatever you said, are very good, very true as a remedy and solution, which you have to do eventually, okay? But
Yes,
going to that level, first of all, again, keep thinking in mind, every objection you must use it to get more information, okay?
Sir, can I say something?
Yeah, go
Can I
ahead.
say something?
Please.
Okay, sir. Very often such situation arises because the reason can be genuine. Also, the reason can be to delay means our order.
Yes.
So in that case, I think if you can convince the customer to put the PO, maybe the delivery with some schedule of delivery can be the next month, and even one more means condition can be implemented, that is after the confirmation from the customer we will dispatch the material. So in this case we will get the PO. We may or may not be get the PO, but for sure his intention may be clear for us, whether what he is saying that is genuine or he is trying to delay the order to the next month.
Okay, both of you are very good and correct in your your answers or your suggestions. Okay, again, I'm telling you, before going to that level, you must use this opportunity to understand the customer better and more by asking questions. For example, customer says that I'm happy with the, what he told you is very clearly, is not even telling I'm happy with the product, only implied with Puri. Okay. Now he says that I'm convinced with the product, but we'll place the order next month. That's what he says, right?
Yes.
So now, first of all, you must acknowledge again. Oh, thank you very much, sir. I'm happy that you are convinced about the product. Okay. And what exactly may I know that what exactly the factors which you are convinced about the product? Which parameters you are happy with the product? Okay. Because even though you know all this information, if you're going to ask these questions from the customer, if he opens up and tells you that no, it is giving good performance, it is giving good faster, it is giving good, if he is going to tell by his words, okay, then you can be sure that customer is really genuinely, seriously happy with the product. First of all,
Yes,
you must first of all convince yourself that he is actually happy with the product. Nah?
Yes, sir.
You have to ask this question that what exactly you feel, that how you feel about the poet, why you are saying you are happy with the poet. I'm very happy about that, but may I know that which parameters you are happy with the poet? First question. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. These parameters, for example, is going to, let's say, for example, it is for improving fastness, let's say. Okay. The improving fastness is going to give the customer a good amount of financial benefit. Okay. Why he is not using that information or the financial benefit just now? Why he wants to stay 1 month? Okay.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, it can be the present supplier is having more stocks or enough stocks, okay, or his boss is out of country, etc., he cannot decide and he has to wait for the boss to come back, okay, or because there are many cases, you know very well, Amit, you must have come across like this. He
Yes,
will
sir.
be third supplier, okay.
Yes, sir.
Then take the price and start bargaining with you afterwards.
Yes, sir.
So if you're going to wait him saying that after 1 month I'm going to place the order, okay, all possibilities that he may not place the order because he must have selected another supplier, for example, by that time.
Okay.
First of all, ask questions to understand from the customer how and why he is happy with your product. Even though you don't tell, he has to tell, actually, okay. Second is that why he is not having that urgency of shifting the product, even though your poet is giving so much of financial benefit to him. You have to really give the number, financial benefit. You are getting, let's say, 1 lakh rupees per month you are saving. Now, why you are not in the urgency to shift? Okay. So what is this? What is stopping you from? So by asking these questions, asking more questions, that's what I'm saying. After that, you can give suggestions saying that actually place me 1 month advance order, the fork, this thing, all this, whatever you said, both of you said, can be done after giving the questioning rightly, taking more information from the customer, and then give your suggestions actually.
Right, sir.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, true. Absolutely true.
So is it possible to do like that, Amit, or difficult to do that?
No, it is possible. It is possible.
It's possible, right? So,
see, if we are getting responses from the customer, that means he's on the correct side. He's on our correct side.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that moment customer says, I'm happy that I will place the order next month. First of all, you should come back saying that I'll call you next month. No, definitely not. Okay. Second, you should not give your suggestions to him saying that you give me the purchase order now. I will supply you next week. I will supply you next month. Or don't do that. Okay. That you can do it after getting information from him. Okay. First of all, knowledge, take the information from him. Why he is happy with you, and then you can take more information from him before even giving you a session. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, sir.
So all these objections I keep saying again and again, use this as an opportunity gainer from the customer.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So again, all of you, this is the exercise for again, I repeat the exercise this week also. Please, number one, look for all the objections customer is making while the transaction of next 5 days, whatever, 5-6 days actually. Okay. And then use at least 1 or 2 objections to probe the customer and get more informations. This is again this I'm extending this week also. Please make this assignment. Assignment is very important in this class. You cannot come without making the assignments. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So we will cover other further objections next week. Anybody else? Anything on this today's thing before I close? Any questions? Any questions? Priya, is it okay?
No,
Or
no, Mr. Ramesh, I don't have any questions.
any Amit or Jawad, Kiran, Lokesh?
No, sir.
All okay? Any questions this
No,
week?
sir.
Same assignment for next week also. I'll just mail message you all of you. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
See you next week. Thank you.
Thank you,
Okay,
sir.
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.